So I open up the piano hinge and I see that one side of it is grounded. There's a flush constraint between the ends, and then the axes are mated together, and then the angle constraint. And let's edit this angle constraint. And I see that there is a minimum and maximum angle here, but when I try to test that out, I see that it doesn't honor that angle constraint. So I'm going to go back and I'll edit that, and I see that it's on an undirected angle constraint, and it should either be on a directed angle or an explicit reference vector. So I'm going to select this explicit vector reference, and I have the first part selected, the second part selected, and then I need to select the third selection. I need to select this cylinder, the axis, and I'll say OK to that. And then I'll test this out. So now it goes to 0 and it goes to 180, and it doesn't go past those limits. So I'm going to save this, and I'll go back to my assembly. Now I may want to put that angle in here instead of at the subassembly level, but if I drag this, I see that it does stop at that position, but if I drag it up here, I go past the point where I want to go on that. So I may reduce that angle on the piano hinge, and then I see that this part somehow became unconstrained, and so I'll need to fix that as well. And I'm not sure why that one would have become unconstrained, but we'll find that problem and we'll fix it. And I test it out again, and so we see it comes down here to a minimum position, and I really want to stop it before, see the 180 degree position. It goes past that point, and so let's see if we can find out what that angle would be. So I'm going to add this part to the contact set, and I'm going to add this piece to contact set, and then I'm going to activate my contact solver. So I'll go to the inspection tab, I'll do activate contact solver, and I'll drag this slowly, and actually it may already be in contact here on the sides, and so it's not moving it. We'll just guesstimate that. So let's turn the contact solver off. And so that's an issue too with the contact solvers. If you have your parts already in contact, then and there should actually be a little bit of clearance in between here and here. So if this screw is tight down against this is tight against this thing can't move. And so this screw should come out a little bit to allow some clearance in between there, but we'll ignore that. Let's just guesstimate though the open. So I'm going to go to wireframe view, and then I'm going to drag this up, and let's go to the left side view here, see if we can see where that's going to be. So if I drag that up, I'm having a hard time dragging it just a little bit at a time. Okay, let's say about right in there, and then we'll measure that angle. And so I'm going to do measure between this face and this face, and so I have an angle of about 69 degrees. So now it's either going to be the 69 or a complement of that 69 degrees. So we'll go back into our piano hinge and use that number. Now I'm going to go back to component priority and open up this subassembly, and I'm going to then edit this. Now if I open this up all the way and then I edit this, I see that that's its 0 position. So let's do this as 180 minus 70 degrees. And I'm going to call this open lid limits for now. Alright, so now I'll drag this, it goes up until it gets to that 70 degrees from this face, and we'll save this. We'll go back to the assembly, and now when I drag this up, it goes, and it doesn't go past that position for the opening. So this limits how far that it can open.